Friday night action here in Week 6 concludes this evening with this game from Lycanthrope Field at Evo 9X Stadium as the Los Angeles Lycans host the Oklahoma City Renegades. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Daggs, and with me in the booth, Joey Ramos-Lynn, our stats crew tonight, Ron Haynes and Justin Reside, along with our commissioner and producer, Cameron Irvine. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network. Joey, we were in Fort Worth a little bit ago, caught a high-speed jet over here to Los Angeles, and we are back at it, sir.
Yeah, talk about jet lag, dude. Like, this is kind of crazy, but we have an interesting matchup here, because whoever wins this game, Mike, is going to tie their winning mark of last season. Last season, Oklahoma City going 2-10. If they win, the Renegades will be now winning 2 in a row, 2-3, and you know, with some positive momentum moving forward. And for Los Angeles, they went 3-9 last season. Now they're 2-2 with a real chance here at home to get above 500 for the first time in a few years.
Yeah, a huge opportunity for both teams. Los Angeles starting off the season 2-0 and losing the last 2 games, but both of those games on the road, and both of those games single score losses. They lost in Minnesota by 4 points and in Albuquerque by 2. They're back here at home tonight. They're hosting the Oklahoma City Renegades, coming off their first win of the season. They beat the Lexington Miners in a very convincing way, 34-24 last week in Oklahoma City. And Joey almost beat Bossier City on the road the week before. That game 31-28, but Oklahoma City held the lead multiple times in that one.
If you look at Oklahoma City, they are number 4 in the SFL in passing yards a game, so you know that is working. Only 7 you know, on the turnover differential, so not too bad here for Oklahoma City.
So we'll get things started tonight with Oklahoma City on offense. Sully Richardson is the quarterback. Darius Iniguez is the halfback that just had that carry, good for a gain of 6. Ant Tim, the rookie halfback, joins him in the backfield, along with fullbacks Tom Thickey and Dan Curtis. This one going back down to the ground. Ant Tim gets his first carry of the ball game. Good for a first down here early on for the Lycans. The wide receivers, Bubba Tree, Joseph Bodette, LZ Pryor, and Chris Lee. Adam Grabowski and Stephen McMichaels are the tight ends. First down and 10 from the 44. Run up the middle once again to Iniguez. He'll pick up 3, second down and 7.
This Lycan offense, you know, 110 rushing yards a game, that's 12th in the SFL, trying to establish that run. They do have 4 rushing touchdowns, which is top half of the league.
Chris Lee moves to the top of the screen. Richardson back to pass, has a clean pocket, and completes that one out to Chris Lee. Picking up another first down into Oklahoma City territory. Damian Raboshid, Orin Wilds, Bo Grimm, Don Cadeo, and Alteas Wildez is the offensive lineman here in Los Angeles. And Joey, I thought we had an offensive line in Mexico City with difficult to pronounce names. I think we found a more difficult team. Run up the middle, good for a gain of 9, and Iniguez with another carry.
Yeah, moving the ball really well. The offensive line doing well here for the LA Lycans, already in scoring position. And I don't know, maybe at this point Oklahoma City will have to try to blitz some linebackers trying to stop the run.
First down picked up by Ant Tim. Very clean looking uniforms, the all blues for Los Angeles, and I like the nameplates on the back too. And I think our stats crew would probably agree, easy to read numbers, which I know is always something that they're very excited about.
Yeah, for both teams, actually.
Definitely. Nice contrast. Richardson rolls out to the top, throws across the middle, and connects with Chris Lee. First down and goal at the 9.
moving the ball extremely well. Offensive line giving Sully Richardson all the time that he needs and more. So you can see the crossing route here by Chris Lee getting in front of the defensive back. And it takes about 3 different Renegades to tackle him.
Ball spotted right between the 8 and 9 yard line. Richardson to throw once again. Has time, looks, fires short of the end zone, and it is caught. Getting it down to about the 3 yard line, the tight end Stephen McMichaels with his first catch of the day. Second down and goal from the 2.5.
Maybe another run here.
It is indeed another run, and Iniguez gets all the way down to about the half-yard line. Third down and goal. Ah, look at this end zone. Joey, is a lot of paint in there.
Yeah, it's similar to the Washington Trident, which I don't know. Michelangelo just came in and designed the end zones.
Richardson hands it off, and Tim into the end zone for the Los Angeles touchdown, and they will take an early lead in this one as they score a touchdown on their opening possession.
Yeah, really solid drive here for Los Angeles. Oklahoma City, one of the worst teams, unfortunately, in the SFL, stopping the run. 19th in the SFL, allowing 168 yards per game, as well as allowing 437 yards per game on average total, which is worst in the SFL. Really good job here by Los Angeles, taking almost half the quarter and putting the ball in the paint for 7.
Extra point is up and good. A 10-play, 69-yard drive capped off by a 1-yard rushing touchdown for Los Angeles. Sully Richardson perfect on the drive, 3 of 3 for 40 yards. Now Johnny Pickler will get his chance on offense as that kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. And Oklahoma City out onto the field on offense. Johnny Pickler, one heck of a game last week, Joey, in their win over the Renegades. 25 of 38, 409 yards, a touchdown, 1 interception. And he starts right off, picking right back up where he left off, throwing over the middle to one of the most legendary players in SFL history, Tiberius Bovine. It's been around since the dawn of time.
Yes, absolutely. And again, just going back, Oklahoma City, 267 passing yards a game. That's their strength of their team. They can throw the ball over the yard. We know Johnny Pickler historically is a gunslinging quarterback.
Pickler under center on first down. Going to throw again. Hit as he throws. Almost still was able to complete it to Nolan Pierce. Johnny Pickler, the quarterback here. Carl Brewski is the halfback. The wide receivers, Nolan Pierce, Elliot Pope Jr., and Christian Bosagalupi, along with tight ends Randy Pierce, and of course, the 24-season vet, Tiberius Bovine. Pickler over the middle, complete to Bovine, picks up another first down, and moves the ball into Los Angeles territory. That 409-yard performance, Joey, last week was the most yards for him since 2023, a few seasons ago.
Absolutely. This is a quarterback that is finally finding some rhythm here with a new team. The offensive line, pass protection has been solid, and Oklahoma City will go as far as their quarterback goes.
Oh, they're going to go for another big chunk of yards over the middle on that one as Nolan Pierce gets his first catch of the ball game. So far, both of these teams' first drives going well. We saw the Fort Worth, Arizona game, and both teams started off with 3 and outs on their opening possessions, and this one going the complete opposite.
And for Oklahoma City, that's a really good sign. I'm going to touch on the history between these two teams, but it's an offense that historically struggles against Los Angeles.
1st and 10 at the 28. Another quick pass, trying to get it back out to Pierce, incomplete. And talk more about that history. What did you see?
Yeah, I mean, they've been unable to put a touchdown on the board in their last 2 matchups. The last time that they played Los Angeles, and that time they were the Chicago Wildcats, they lost 45-7. That was back in season 13. They've played over the last 2 seasons. Los Angeles has won 17-9 and 26-3 in those years.
Pickler almost just threw a touchdown right there, but to the wrong team as Mike Scott jumped right in front of that one and had nothing but green grass ahead of him. He was able to haul it in. Pass falls harmlessly to the turf, though, and brings up a 3rd down and 10. Still at the 28-yard line. Empty backfield now for Pickler. Let's see what he's able to do with it here as he changes the play at the line. 3 down linemen for the Lycans. They'll send 5. Pickler decides to take off and run with it. Has room to get the first down and more. And slide for safety. Pickler says no thanks.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny Pickler, you know, he's kind of like, to me, he's like the Baker Mayfield of the SFL. You know? Like,
I agree. It's
drafted number 1 overall. You know, drafted number 1 overall. Gunslinger, tough. He's been on a number of teams. You know, he always a chip on his shoulder. You know, type quarterback.
Trying to find his groove as Carl Bruschi gets his first carry of the ball game, picks up 9. He had 15 carries, 122 yards, and not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns last week in their win over Lexington.
And OKC is moving. Let's see if they run the ball here to convert on 2nd and short.
Fullback moves from right to left, handed off straight up the middle and almost all the way to the end zone, but a first down and goal is set up after Logan Betts gets the carry. First and goal from the 1.
And Bruschi did have a huge run on the last game against Lexington for 6.
Yeah, 70-yarder. Pickler hands it off. Bruschi gets tackled in the backfield for a loss. Short loss on the play. Tazzy Blackwell, she gets the TFL. 2nd and goal.
They're going to put the backup in. See if they try to run it to the outside this time.
Straight up the middle again, and once again, stuffed. Blackwell, 2 for 2 on stops on these last 2 snaps. 3rd down and goal now.
This could be a huge stop if Los Angeles is able to, you know, push them backwards.
6 on the line for the Lycans. Bruschi in the backfield. Pickler hands it off to Bruschi, who dives for the end zone and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. I'm interested to see if they review it, though, Gerald. They call it a touchdown. Joey, sorry, force of habit. You're basically the same guy. You just have a lot more hair. But do you think he got in? I don't know.
I don't know. I think the nose of the football just barely got in.
On that second replay we just saw, yeah, here comes the challenge. I think the ball was in his left arm, and I don't actually think it gets close to the goal line. Let's see if we can get another look at it in slow motion.
Hopefully we can get the angle here from the near pylon.
And, of course, a nice view from the back.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a great look, but we'll see.
Hopefully the ref's got a different look at it. And, yeah, the ref says he did not cross the goal line. Touchdown taken off of the board. Los Angeles retains their timeout. Oklahoma City will be held to a field goal, and some incentive money is earned for whoever stuffed that running back at the line.
Yeah, a lot of pesos.
Muchos pesos.
Yeah.
17-yard field goal attempt from the left hash. Judah Dorgan, the kicker. Kick is up. Kick is good. And Oklahoma City gets on the board after a very impressive drive that at least temporarily ended in a touchdown. But Los Angeles started the game off with a 10-play, 69-yard drive, Joey. And yeah, I got your name right that time. And then Oklahoma City responds with a 13-play, 79-yard drive of their own. Both of them taking about 4 minutes off the clock. Difference being the 4 points that Los Angeles was able to get that Oklahoma City could not. Kick return up to the 28. Sully Richardson back out onto the field on offense. 3 of 3 on the opening possession. 2 passes to Chris Lee, 1 to Stephen McMichaels. Saw some runs by Darius Iniguez and Ant Tim, both of them averaging around 4 yards per carry right now. But a very efficient drive from both of these teams on their opening possessions.
Yeah, very much so. Los Angeles with a good mixture of run and pass. Oklahoma City really did not have any answers for either one.
Richardson checks this one down to the bottom. And it is complete to McMichaels once again. Pickup of 4 on the play. Second down and 6 from the 32. Richardson hands this one off. Surging forward, Iniguez picks up the first down, and this is what we were seeing on the first drive. It was just short play after short play, but continuously picking up first down one after another.
Yeah, and the key of it is, as you say, is basically no play has gone for no yards or a loss. Every play that Los Angeles has run, they've been constantly gaining ground.
Richardson keeping that perfect completion streak alive with a short check down to Iniguez. Picks up 3 yards on the play. Second down and 7 in the loss to Albuquerque last week. Richardson 25 of 45, slinging it all over the place. He did get 3 touchdown passes, Joey, but 4 turnovers was what cost them that game. Sticking to the ground here with Ant Tim as he'll pick up enough to set them up with 3rd down and inches. 4 turnovers is a tough task to overcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if your quarterback throws for 300, 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, if you're also giving the opponent 14, 17 points of turnovers, you're gonna lose more often than not.
Ball is stuffed at the line, but kid kept on fighting to get himself across the line to gain. Only had inches to picked up about a yard, but that was enough for another first down. Brings our first quarter to a close. The Lycans out in front here over the Oklahoma City Renegades at the end of the first quarter, 7-3. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network. Get the second quarter started by telling you I'm Mike Daggs, and he is Joey Ramos Lynn, not to be confused with A1 Gerald Smith, even though I might call you that again. Ron Haynes and Justin Reside on stats, Cameron Irvine on production, back at VFN HQ. Run up the middle again, another pickup of 7. So we get our first look at the team stats so far tonight, and very even as we would have expected from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, and Oklahoma City has done a good job filling up the roster, but they still have very young players Fred Himes, who's a rookie, first pick, Mike Cross, Richter Riggs. All of them are rookies. The entire linebacking core is rookies.
Speaking of rookies, here goes Ant Tim. Picks up another first down for the Lycans. Ant Tim on his way to a decent season so far. He's got a little over 30 carries. Obviously, Iniguez the lead back here, but Ant Tim filling in nicely in that secondary role, approaching the 100-yard mark. In fact, with the yards he's got today, he's over 100 yards on the season, averaging a little over 3 yards per carry, and has a couple of rushing touchdowns to his name. Nice catch down at the bottom by Joseph Bodette, picking up 9, second down and 1.
And they keep putting themselves in solid positions to convert on second and third down. It's another 9-yard gain. This is likely going to be an off-tackle run.
And it is indeed an off-tackle run by Iniguez. Gets him down into the red zone. And at the pace that these teams are playing tonight, Joey, it might be a really quick game for us. The clock is just
they're
running
really
nonstop.
running the ball successfully, and not really any incompletions.
Richardson still perfect on the day so far. Bodette moves from the bottom up into the slot position up top. And Tim gets the handoff and untouched for the first 8 yards, spins and gets inside the 5-yard line. First down and goal for Aunt Tim and the Lycans.
It's a beautiful play here by the rookie running back. Gets to the inside, completely untouched for, as you said, about 8 yards. Then spins, gets to the edge, and almost gets in for a touchdown.
Robert Brady Jr. in the chat says, I like the LA blue fits. Yeah, these uniforms for both teams, honestly, look very, very clean. I like it. Nothing too crazy, nothing too flashy, just well designed and very well executed color schemes. Love them both. Richardson to pass, fires towards the end zone and nearly intercepted. That one should have been probably taken away by Mike Cross, but falls down to the turf, second and goal.
First incompletion for Sella Richardson on the night. Second and goal, maybe going back to the ground game here.
Richardson to Iniguez. Iniguez stuffed behind the line. Tackled by Ted Riggs for a short loss on the play. Now third down and goal, and Richardson will likely have to take this one back to the air.
It's a tricky situation, even though he's been very, very successful. I mean, there's not a whole lot of room to maneuver here.
Richardson to throw, pressure on its way, gets it complete into the end zone, touchdown Lycans.
Another one worth taking a second look. I think that was a more clear touchdown here for Los Angeles. But let's see on the replay. It looked good on the first take.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got in. Let's see, as he's falling down, knee doesn't go down until that ball is, I think, clearly across the goal line. I don't think we'll see a challenge here. Was definitely close. So you know, as a coach, you like your touchdowns to be nice, convincing, definitely no questions asked. That was a touchdown. Put the points on the board. Seen a couple of questionable ones so far tonight. Extra point is up, and it's good. LA extends their lead 14-3 over the Renegades. Every Monday Night Spectacular, you can win money for your player or your team bank by playing VFN Bingo alongside the featured Game of the Week. Claim your virtual card and mark off the numbers coinciding with the yardage of scores and the scores themselves. This week so far, the pot is up to $112,000. So get those likes up on all these videos and see the VFN Bingo section of the SFL server for more information. Just one more fun way to enjoy a Monday night game. Get to watch some good football and play a game where you can win something too. Ovine was in the backfield, moves into the classic tight end position. Ball coming that direction, but overthrowing his target and nearly intercepted by the defense.
Ovine was all sorts of jammed up in the first 5 yards, all legal, all in the first 5 yards, but that almost caused the interception.
Second down and 10. Pickler to throw. Quick pass over the middle is complete. One-handed catch by Nolan Pierce. The offensive line doing a good job of keeping him upright so far in this one. Nick King, Dave Strong, Larry Noble, Tank Powers, and Ron Blackman. A very easy to pronounce set of 5 names.
And they've really done a decent job, Oklahoma City, getting some free agents here in the offense. Obviously Pickler from Bossier City, Nolan Pierce from Carolina, Elliot Pope from Sin City. Obviously they get Randy Pierce from Houston. So a good job filling up this roster for the Renegades.
For sure, as Bovine picks up another first down. I mean, that's going to be the key. I mean, any team needs talent to win. You can have the best game plan in the world, and if you're dealing with some players who you're not even fully sure what their name even is because you just met them that day, it's hard to win games. And to your point, they've definitely done a good job of bringing people in, showing them the vision here and what their plans are. And the more players that come in, the more competitive the Renegades will continue to be. Pickler, huge addition to the team, of course, as he completes another one across the middle to Nolan Pierce, a former first overall pick himself, if I recall correctly.
Absolutely, and that's a great throw. Good protection, good clean pocket, and Pierce just stretches out for the catch, and both offenses really easily moving the ball, at least, from, all the way to like the 5-yard line.
Pickler over the middle again. Bovine, of course, one of the most, I guess I should say the target that he probably has the most confidence in throwing it to. Bovine has been catching passes for more than half your life, I believe, Joey.
Yeah, he could be the grandpa of like most of the players.
First down picked up by Brewski. So he runs up the middle. So we hit the midway point of quarter number 2.
It's like when Tom Brady was on his last years, where it's like, dude, Brady won a Super Bowl when you were born, at the end with the Buccaneers.
Pickler over the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Nolan Pierce. And the Renegades put 6 on the board.
What a great throw here for Johnny Pickler. One-on-one coverage on the deep post. And just misses the hands of Wyatt.
17-yard dart into the end zone. And with the extra point, the Renegades will cut the lead down to only 4 points. As another really great drive in the books. 7 plays, 80 yards. They started all the way back at their own 20 and just marched right down the field, mostly through the air, on the arm of Johnny Pickler. Kicked down in the end zone for another touchback. And Los Angeles, 2 touchdowns on the board already, Joey, but Oklahoma City just won't go away. They're not going to go quietly.
Oh, absolutely not. The offense is clicking. The defense needs to, get a stop, but offensively, I think they're going to be fine.
Blitz was on its way and missed. Iniguez capitalizes on the screen pass that came his way. He'll pick up 8 yards on it. The defense here for Oklahoma City on the defensive line, Shin Unida, Fred Himes, Jason Clay, and Frank Doom. The linebackers, Mike Cross, Vane Richter, Ted Riggs, and Greg Berger. We'll get into the secondary after this play. Richardson hands this one off, and Tim gets caught up behind the line. Brought down in the backfield by Cross. The secondary is Bill Rogers, Rick Evans, Parker Thomas, Todd Rigsby, Brady Clark, and Mark Brewer. Clark inactive for this game. Richardson to throw, short drop, quick pass, and you can see he had his eyes on that target the whole time, Joey. Stephen McMichaels straight down the seam, and a big first down pickup for the Lycans.
Los Angeles has been, at least out of the more heavy formations, been just running the ball or swing pass, very short throws. And that time, Stephen McMichaels just goes on a seam route 20 yards downfield, and a great throw from Richardson.
Split backs in the backfield on first down from the 47-yard line. Richardson throws that one down to the bottom, complete for a gain of 3. And a game update from Cameron Irvine back at VFN HQ.
Thank you, Mike. Lexington got a field goal on their opening drive. 5 straight turnovers since. That's the 4th pick for Slider. It's all Washington right now, thanks to their defense. And Tommy Utah is 12 of 16 for a touch. 24-3 backfield.
Thank you, Cam. Much closer game here in Los Angeles tonight. Washington seemingly running away with that one. Joey, we talked about turnovers, with just the interceptions that Richardson threw last week. 4 interceptions. You have 5 turnovers on 5 straight possessions. That's a tough deal.
Yeah, it is. I mean, at that point, you're going to get blown out more often than not, let alone losing.
Richardson with another dot. Joseph Bodette with the catch, and Los Angeles continuing what they have done all game long so far. We have 4 possessions, all 4 of which have resulted in points. This is possession number 5, and as it stands right now, they're right on the edge of scoring range once again. Handing this ball off, and Tim, just plowed right through Mike Cross like he was just a child. Picked up 8, sent him flying.
This offensive line doing work. I mean, the running back's not getting touched until he's like 4 or 5 yards past the line of scrimmage.
2 minutes to go here in the first half of this one. The Lycans out in front 14-10 over the Oklahoma City Renegades. This is the Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network. Ball placed at the 25-yard line. Handing it off to Iniguez. And Joey, we've been seeing this throughout the whole game. These running backs between Iniguez and Tim are getting a good 8 to 10 yards before a defender even gets there.
Yeah, and it happened something similar last week for OKC. You know, the first 6 or 7 drives were points for, you know, Lexington and OKC, and then the Renegades, you know, made some adjustments defensively in the second half.
Richardson, fires all the way down to the 4-yard line. Another quick pass right up the seam. This one to Chris Lee with the big catch.
I mean, they're catching everything. I mean, Woodette is catching everything right there. An unbelievable catch by Chris Lee. 11 seasons in the SFL, made the All-Star game last season. And Sully Richardson is absolutely unconscious right now.
Yeah, still only the 1 incompletion as they get a first down and goal from the 2. Iniguez lined up in the backfield. They'll send a decoy, I think, down to the bottom, but I'm expecting this to go up the middle. No, they are going to throw. They throw it into the end zone, and it's intercepted, picked off by Todd Rigsby for the touchback.
And that's some cash money for Rigsby as well. A stop inside the 2, so a great job here for OKC. Getting the ball back is, again, this is going to be, I mean, it's already been basketball on grass, right? So there's not going to be a whole lot of stops here. And if you could, you know, steal up possession, that could be huge. That could be the difference in this ball game.
Down by 4 and with an opportunity to potentially take the lead before the first half comes to a close. Johnny Pickler back out onto the field. This possession starting in the same place their last one did, where they ended up with a touchdown. And everybody on the Lycans blitzes, and it's caught by Bovine. No one's going to catch him, and just like that, they're in the end zone and take the lead with the touchdown.
Let's, you know, I know you want to put pressure on the QB. I mean, that's a little bit too much. As Bovine, even in style, catches it one hand and goes all the way for 6 points. And for the second straight week, the Oklahoma City Renegades get a 70-plus yard touchdown on offense.
44 seconds to go in the half on what will quite likely be the shortest and fastest possession of this ball game. But a big one, as it gives Oklahoma City their first lead of the ball game. You know, no sooner than I just got done saying that they had an opportunity to take the lead, Joey, they did take the lead. Definitely too much pressure by the Lycans, and kudos to the veteran Johnny Pickler for being able to recognize that pressure, find his target, and take advantage of it. As this return comes out to the 26-yard line. Updated look at team stats. The Renegades seriously padding that passing yard stat after that last big catch, 80 yards through the house for Bovine.
Yeah, and pretty much a 14-point swing, right? I mean, that interception is in the end zone where Los Angeles was primed to put the ball on the paint for 7 points, and next thing you know, it's Oklahoma City running with the ball the other way for 7.
First down from the 26. Richardson throws, and that one is complete. We'll see what they do with it here inside 1 minute to go, backed up this far into their own territory. And you hit the nail on the head with it being a 14-point swing. Los Angeles hoping to go up 21-10, and instead now they see themselves trailing by 3 instead of ahead by 11. We go down to Iniguez, who comes up 1 yard shy of the 1 yard shy of the line to gain. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half. So a wild back and forth first half here in Los Angeles. Looked like it could potentially be all Lycans, but like I said, the Renegades, they're just not going to go away. They have the lead here, 17-14. As we head into halftime, we'll look at the halftime stats and some snapshots of the half. Joey, your thoughts on the first half of action so far?
Yeah, I mean, Johnny Pickler has been, in my opinion, the difference in this game. You know, offensively, the Renegades have looked awesome. 9 of 13 for Johnny, over 200 yards. Volvine, of course, with that 80-yard touchdown, gets over 100. And in these kinds of games, if you can get even just 1 or 2 stops, that could be the difference. As, again, we're going back to that point, Los Angeles close to making this an 11-point game in their favor, and all of a sudden the Renegades on the road winning by 3.
Tiberius Bovine, the player of the half, 5 catches, 134 yards and a touchdown. He had 11 receptions, 165 yards and a touchdown last week. And Joey, he got those numbers with only having a long of 23, which means those other 10 passes were all big chunks of yardage all the way through, getting him to that 165-yard total. So, we had a nice stretch of 4 consecutive scoring drives, and then L.A. threw the interception in the end zone. Oklahoma City capitalized off of it. A couple of runs brought us to the half, and here we go. Oklahoma City starts the ball here in the second half of action. And Joey, make sure you check out the SFL Blitz every Tuesday on the Virtual Football Network. You can catch highlights of every game from around the league on the SFL Blitz, hosted by Commissioner Cameron Irvine. Listen for your name, get a recap of what you may have missed, and see if you're lucky enough to be named Player of the Week by the top brass. Johnny Pickler was actually named Player of the Week on offense in this past week's SFL Blitz. It's the SFL Blitz every Tuesday on the Virtual Football Network. Bovine picking up right where he left off, another big reception, adding on to his big day.
I mean, right now he's uncoverable. I mean, they're trying to put a safety on him. They're trying to put linebackers on him. Unfortunately, one case they put nobody on him and they burned him for an 80-yard touchdown. But he's running the whole route tree. We've seen him with slant routes. That time was a corner, and Johnny Pickler is throwing the ball accurately all over the place.
Pickler has time, throws this one down to the turf. We're going to call that one a backwards pass. It was trying to connect with Randy Pierce. And that's definitely not a backwards pass. They call it a fumble. I'm not sure if it's worth another look. They lost 5 yards on it, though, so
maybe a lateral. They just call it like straight a lateral, which would also be a fumble. It looked close, though.
It did. No challenge on the play, so it will be second down and 15. Pickler with pressure on its way, throws, completes once again to Nolan Pierce, who's been, another big target so far in this one. He's gone to Bovine, he's gone to Pierce. He threw it to Bachagalubi once, did not complete that pass, but 5 receptions now for Pierce for 80 yards. They're down in 6 coming up. Pickler back to pass, looks, rolls right, decides to run. Oh, I thought he was going to get there, Joey. I thought he had the wheels, but chased down from behind, tackled by Nick Brummer, and 4th down on the play.
Thought for a second, just like you did, that he was going to get the first down, but good pursuit, good hustle by the defense here of Los Angeles, and they get themselves a stop. First punt of the night.
The defense for Los Angeles getting themselves off the field. Greg Ward, Selwyn Lane, Nick Brummer, and Ace Blackwell on the line. Middle linebackers are Tedzy Blackwell and our guy, Matthew Alvarado, former Aztec. Outside linebackers, Earl Fields IV and Brogan Spearaw. The secondary, Mike Scott, Daryl Bullock, Anthony Wyatt, Monty Wyatt, Ryan Lopez, and Paul all's there. Now comfortably resting on the bench, sipping sports drinks. Richardson throws over the middle and throws another interception. That one picked off by Frank Thomas and sets up the Renegades with the lead and in LA territory.
Play right there by Frank Thomas, one of the backup corners for this Renegade defense. Stretches out, gets the interception, catches it all with hands, and OKC now in scoring range again.
Their best starting field position of the night. They start at the LA 25-yard line. Pickler back under center. Bovine and Brewski in the backfield. Pass up top is incomplete. Second down.
Finally, both defenses settling down. You know, Los Angeles forces a punt. Then Oklahoma City gets another interception. And finally, we're seeing these corners and linebackers able to cover the intermediate side of the field, or portion of the field.
Second down and 10 now. Pickler back to throw, pressure on its way, and he throws an interception. Back and forth with the picks. Mike Scott gets this one.
Yeah, and that was just kind of lofted out of Johnny Pickler's hands. It didn't look like it had a lot of oomph in it, and that allowed the corner to catch up. I mean, he was beat by like 5 yards.
Yeah.
And he was able to catch up to it, get the interception, and get some yards back on the return.
An ill-advised throw costs him. Threw one interception last week, now has one on the books tonight, along with his 2 touchdowns. Still 11 of 17, 229 yards, but Richardson back out onto the field now, 13-16. He'll go back down to Iniguez, who will pick up 6 yards. Chat, the more likes that we get, the more people see our content. Also, each like contributes $1,000 to Monday's bingo pot. New viewers means new players. New players means growing our great community. Like this video and turn notifications on so you never miss a live stream, highlight, or podcast. Thank you for your support of the Virtual Football Network and the SFL. And Tim hit in the backfield for a loss of 1 on the play, 3rd and 5.
City get off the field again, 3rd and 5, not an easy one here for Los Angeles.
Offside eye in the backfield, pressure on its way and gets home, sacked by Shin Yonita.
Yonita, the 3rd season veteran. He's the second most tenured player on this defense, and actually the most tenured on the field today, as Brady Clark is inactive. 3rd season with the Renegades, and gets home for a sack, and this Renegade defense all of a sudden playing extremely well.
You need his first sack on the season. Comes at a good time as he sets his offense back up on the field. Oklahoma City with the 3-point lead in this one. Still relatively early on here in the 3rd quarter of action. Both quarterbacks have thrown at least 1 interception now. Richardson with a pair of them. Not much to speak of so far in the run game for the Renegades. Brewski's had a quiet night. Pickler back to throw once again, and he'll continue to find his favorite target, Tiberius Bovine, a 6'4", 225-pound Bovine. 24 seasons in the league, a 3-time All-Star player. Just, 24 seasons in the league, Joey, when we're in season 26. That's why when I say he's been around since the dawn of time, it's not far off.
Literally. Quite literally.
Pickler to throw. Checks this one down. Brewski breaks a tackle, gets the first down, and more. They can't get him out of bounds. They shove him out inside the red zone. A great pickup by Brewski.
Yeah, very good job on the outside, also by the blocking of the OKC Renegades. On the outside right there, I think it's Bovine again blocking the safety that allows Brewski to get more yardage after the catch.
He's like a giant Swiss Army knife, that guy. He can do a little of everything. We talked about the blocking he can do, all the different route running assignments he can do. He can catch. He can even dance. We've seen him dance sometimes. Couldn't catch that one though. He's 6'4", not 8'4".
Yeah, but decent job by Johnny Pickler. I mean, if your receiver doesn't catch that one, nobody does, right? Don't throw it to the Los Angeles defense. 2nd and 10, you're still in scoring range here.
Pickler to throw again, goes back to the middle. Once again, targeting Bovine, and just a little bit too high, a little too fast. 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, that one, it looked like Bovine maybe had a chance to catch him. Maybe it went through his hands, but nonetheless, now they will have a chance here on 3rd and 10.
Pickler dumps this one down to Bovine. He'll pick up 9 yards, but 1 yard shy of the line to gain, so field goal unit coming on for a 27-yard attempt. Judah Dorgan, we saw him kick one earlier on in this ball game. He's now 4 of 5 on the season. High snap is brought down, kick is on its way, and it is good. And the Renegades extend their lead out to 20-14 over the hometown Lycans.
This game has suddenly turned into a defensive second half. It was offense all the way until the last minute of the second quarter. And OKC playing better than Los Angeles right now. Sully Richardson, after a perfect start, needs to settle down and stop throwing interceptions.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we talked about his 4 turnovers that he had last week, and in the other game going on right now with Lexington throwing, or at least committing 5 turnovers, I should say. We're not sure exactly what type those were, fumbles or picks or what have you, but bonus possessions for the other team will cost you games. You got to get that settled down and tightened up. Even for the mistakes that have been made and the momentum that it seems like Oklahoma City has, LA still trailing by only 6 points. 1 touchdown turns that all around. Richardson throws and hits the hands of Mike Cross once again.
Almost another interception for Sully Richardson. I think they have to go back to the running game. I mean,
Agreed.
It's been working. Inez has been very good in this game. We also have Tim.
And Tim good, averaging over 5 yards per carry.
Yep.
We'll go down to Iniguez here, and you see he picked up 8 on that one. Sets him up with the 3rd down and 2. And with the average that Aunt Tim has, just go back down to the ground. Let him pick up his 5. That'll get you another fresh set of downs.
Yeah, help your quarterback out. I know, Sully Richardson as a whole in this game has been good, but, help your quarterback out, put some balance and, make the Oklahoma City Renegades worry about the rush.
Tim picks up about 5 right on cue. And Los Angeles now 6 of 7 on 3rd downs.
And if I'm Los Angeles, I'm keeping this on the ground. There's really no reason to rush anything or panic here.
Richardson says, I'm not listening to you. I'm going to throw it to Bubba Tree. But it works out. Picks up 4 yards. What are you, a head coach or something?
Yeah. I don't know nothing about offense. and that's
you
right.
Stay on your side of the ball, sir.
Yeah.
You know how to stop offenses. Pretty darn good, I might add. Run up to the top by Iniguez. 3rd down and 2. And death by 1,000 paper cuts at this rate. They just keep getting these short yardage situations and converting them. You could see the same sort of thing that happened in the last game with a very lengthy scoring drive. Richardson with the toss up top. Oh, wow. What a nice move by Tim to avoid the open field tackle and picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, that for one split second, I thought that was going to be a tackle for a huge loss, and Tim makes a shifty move to get past the first-down marker. He's not very big, 5'10", 182, but very shifty and quick.
Vegas with another nice pickup, 9.9 on the carry. And yeah, that move was good. We gotta see if we can have Aunt Tim teach that one to Jacob Morrison.
I think Jacob is a little bit bigger than Tim.
Yeah,
it could probably work. It would be fun to see him teach on Buford Van Dam.
There you go. Tim with another carry, picks up another first down, gets inside the 30. Mike Cross with the tackle on the play. First down and 10, inside 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Another great game, like the other one we called earlier tonight. Good, we've got some close ones. And here is Niguez picks up 4, second down and 6.
If they continue to do 4, 5, 6 yards on first down, Oklahoma City is, proven they've unable to stop them on second and third down.
Another first down picked up right there. And another shifty little move by Aunt Tim. 7 of 8 on third down. LA, other than the interceptions, can do no wrong as we see the blocking that's helping spring some of these big runs free, as Dan Curtis with a nice block on the outside.
Yeah. Yeah, this obviously the entire offensive line and the people, the fullbacks and tight ends on the line of scrimmage are doing a sensational job blocking tonight.
Richardson down to Iniguez. Nothing but green grass in front of him, and all the way down to the 1 yard line. Steps out of bounds at the 1. I thought he was going to score there, but first down and goal for the Lycans.
I thought he for sure had it, but just about steps out of bounds before getting into the end zone.
First down and goal. Let's see where they place this ball. Yeah, in the end zone.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the center touches it. Touchdown. It's across the goal line. Richardson under center here. Gonna throw into the end zone like a crazy person, but is caught for the touchdown. Dan Curtis with the catch.
Yeah, he's done a lot of work blocking, so he earned that touchdown. Dan Curtis did. First catch of the night for the fullback, lined up as an H-back. Really good throw here by Sully Richardson. Good anticipation, and Los Angeles will take the lead.
Cojones grande, am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you have to be mad as heck if you had either Tim or Iniguez, getting a rushing touchdown in the second half.
And LA takes that lead back from the Renegades on a very impressive drive. 12 play, 67 yards. To go out 4 minutes off the clock. And Joey, they've had not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 drives that have been double-digit plays.
Unbelievable. You in a game, you are very good if you get a couple. Like 10-play drive, 70 yards touchdown, and maybe another 10-play drive, another 60, 65 yards. I mean, you're in possession and controlling the game. But to get 4 of them and only be up by 1, I mean, Oklahoma City is still obviously very much in it, as Tavarius Bovine is looking like prime DR Sim tonight.
Pass right back to Bovine. Picks up 20. We'll go from the 30 all the way up to, the 20 all the way up to midfield, if I could count. Oh, yeah, they had it at the 30. My old eyes deceive me sometimes.
192 yards. I mean, if Bovine can do it in year 24, I'm sure Mike Dex can come back.
No, he is beyond retired.
He's shoveling snow?
Yeah, stuck in the snow. Kind of like that play was stuck in the backfield. Tackled for a loss. Fields with the TFL. Yeah, there will be Listen, I know a lot of players have retired and unretired. You know, you got Eddie Gage back with the Scorpions. Now we saw him make a great special teams play earlier. There will be no resurgence of Mike Daggs, the tight end. He is retired and gone. Pickler over the middle. Ah, nice catch and spin. Elliott Pope Jr. says, I feel left out. As Nolan Pierce and Tiberius Bovine been getting all the catches. Now Pope gets his first.
I mean, Ron Haynes is better anyway, so.
Oh, gosh, yeah. We've gotten such a serious upgrade with the tight end room between Bill Henry for several seasons and now Ron Haynes. Like, please, why would we unretire that scrub, Mike Daggs? Like, gross. Final play of the third quarter. Pickler decides to run with it again, gets himself inside the 30-yard line. And Oklahoma City will have a 2nd down and 3 as we come back on the other side. 3 quarters in the books. 10 minutes remains here from Los Angeles. The Lycans out in front, but only by a point. And OKC getting ready to put some more points back up on the board themselves. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network. I'm Mike Daggs. He is Joey Ramos-Lynn. Fellow Mexico City Aztec Ron Haynes in the stats truck, along with Justin Reside. And Commissioner Cameron Irvine on production. 1st down and 10 now after Brewski. A rare Brewski sighting gets the pickup of 5.
I think this is the first time he touched the ball ever since that swing pass. That went for some big yardage.
Yeah, giving him plenty of rest in between. That one goes down to Logan Betts, and somehow he picks up 7. Derek Levins, on the other hand, he can't pick up a spoon, let alone a yard.
Oh no, heck no.
2nd down and 3. Going back down to Brewski this time, bottled up behind the line. We'll still spot him with a yard there, Joey. 2nd down and 3. You know, listen, 3rd down and 2 now. Field goal still puts them back out in front, but that's not what they want here.
No, I don't think you're going to win this game with field goals at this juncture.
Pickler tosses this one up top, gets the 1st down and more. A nice punishing run. Randy Pierce gets the toss.
It's a nice way to involve your number 2 tight end.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of Tiberius Bovine, of course, during this game, but Randy Pierce with one of the biggest plays of the night, dare I say.
Yeah. Hit the defender like a Mack truck. Sent him right down. 1st down and goal now keeps this drive going. Brewski trying to find his way to the end zone. Can't get through the defensive line as Matthew Alvarado getting involved. Looking good in the blue. Looked better in red, white, and green, but looking good in the blue. 2nd down and goal. Pitch down to the bottom. Pierce once again with the carry. 3rd and goal, but all the way down at the 2-yard line.
It's going to be very interesting who gets the ball here. I think it's going to be a run anyway, but do you toss it out to Pierce again?
Pierce at the fullback spot. Brewski at the tailback. It goes to Brewski. Dives, and he is in. No, they mark him shy of the goal line. A goal line stand by Brogan Spearon. The coach says, I don't think so. We'll get another look at it. We've seen a few, 2 close touchdowns that remained, or one remained a touchdown. The other one was taken off the board. This one not called a touchdown, and we're going to look to see if it is a touchdown.
First glance, I think he's in.
I thought he was too. That's why I called it that way. And another not so great look. Let's see what the ref has to say. They say they did not cross the plane, or he did cross the plane. Okay, he did. So, okay, yeah, he's in for a touchdown, and the Renegades back out in front. And now the question is, do they go for 2 to make it a 7-point game?
Yeah, I would. I absolutely would. You know, normally I am of the idea not chasing the points. They won't chase the points. But in this game, I think with the way the offenses are flying, you have to go for 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable right now. Like, I mean, yeah, here they are back out in front, 27-21. Played a fantastic game so far, very clean. Pickler with only 1 interception thrown. But man, 7 minutes to go. I know I wouldn't be sitting back feeling comfy right now, that's for sure. The ball goes back down into the Lycans' hands. Yards, plenty in this one, Joey, as we've got, combined the quick math, 650 something total yards of offense between these two squads.
Yeah, and about a third of them are Bovines yards, which
Yeah.
is crazy for a tight end.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't usually see that sort of yardage. I know Ron Haynes is sitting in the stat truck right now, jealous as all can be. Like, hey, where's my targets? Richardson already on the move. Finds his favorite target of the night so far, Chris Lee. He's got 4 catches. Ball's actually been pretty well spread around. It feels like Chris Lee has 100 catches. He's got 4, and so does Joseph Bodette. So does Stephen McMichaels. So pretty even distribution of the ball so far. Lee with 63 yards. That is the most. Iniguez bottled up, picks up 3, 2nd and 7.
Right now, what Los Angeles is trying to do, or I think they will try to do, is try to take the clock down. Obviously, score a touchdown, get yourself the lead, but also not leave Oklahoma City with a lot of time. I think it's important.
Zant Tim refuses
to
be tackled, and that's just incredible. Bounced off 4 different tacklers back in the box and then bust through for a big run, setting up the Lycans in scoring territory.
And again, what's surprising about it is that he's not big. I mean, he's probably the smallest running back in the SFL. And he's just ping-balling around defenders.
Yeah, with Pseudo Nakai gone, I think you're right. I think Ant Tim probably is the smallest running back left at 5'10", 182. 27-yard run on that one. And the pass all the way down in the end zone. I told you not to get comfy, OKC, because Bubba Tree scores a touchdown for the Lycans, and they are back out in front. Beautiful shot of the Dags Drone Works blimp. Larry Love up there flying that blimp, Joey.
And this is an amazing throw here for Richardson. Double coverage, puts it right on the money for a Los Angeles touchdown. Now, they do leave OKC with a lot of time, obviously, but the important thing here is that the Lycans will get a 1-point lead with this extra point.
Even with the 2 interceptions, a triple-digit quarterback rating, because 3 touchdowns now thrown by Sully Richardson, 18 of 22, 185 yards, 82% completion percentage. Just very efficient, other than the couple of mistakes that he made. Not counting those, Joey, he has only missed 2 of his 22 passes. Kick return comes out to the 31-yard line, and an update from Cameron Irvine back at VFN HQ.
So, fellas, this game got a little unhinged. It was 31-3 Washington over Lexington, but Washington had to fend off Lexington in the second half, 41-31. The final, Dwayne Salmons with that game-sealing touchdown. Back to you.
Wow, I definitely would not have had that on my bingo card. Although I usually don't have anything on my bingo card.
Yeah, I know.
Gloopy gets his first catch.
I was going to say the same thing. Only Dan Trench gets things on his bingo card.
When we had the first game update, I mean, I thought the Miners were beyond done. They didn't stand a chance. Second half adjustments looked like they paid off well, but not enough to seal the deal. Great effort by Lexington, but 1-point game now here with 5 minutes to go. So Appreciate everyone for being here so far tonight, and those of you joining us as the Lexington and Washington game gets wrapped up. We'll bring you up to speed here throughout the rest of this one. Inside 5 minutes to go. Pickler back to throw, rips it down the middle and finds his way out to Nolan Pierce with a big first down pickup. So just to recap the game a little bit so far, we've had a lot of lengthy drives. LA opened up the game with a 10-play, 69-yard drive, got a touchdown. Oklahoma City answered with a 13-play, 79-yard drive, had a touchdown. It got reviewed, called off, turned into a field goal. 2 more scoring possessions, one by each team, and then Los Angeles would throw a pick. OKC would score a touchdown, go into the half with the lead in this one, and now here we are in the second half. It's still continuing to kind of go back and forth. Both teams throwing an interception in the second half. Both teams throwing a punt. Well, it's, a long interception. You're kind of throwing a punt. Both teams punting here in the second half. A field goal by Oklahoma City, a touchdown by Los Angeles, then of course another touchdown by OKC. Los Angeles nursing a 1-point lead as Oklahoma City gets it all the way down into field goal range. Inside 4 minutes to go, Joey. This one's going to be an exciting finish.
Yeah, absolutely. If Los Angeles can get a stop here, they will get plenty of time to try to get a game-winning drive.
Pitch up top to Randy Pierce. And that one will get tackled. So 4th down and 2 after only a 1-yard gain. And we're going to see Judah Dorgan try to kick a 40-yard field goal try to reclaim the lead. Low snap, ball placed down on the turf. Kick is on its way, and it's good just inside the left upright. That one started heading left. Joey curled back into the right. We'll get another look at it here.
Yep, just barely sneaks in inside the left upright. But 3 minutes, the way this Los Angeles offense is moving is it's like a full quarter.
Updated look at Pickler's numbers. He's having another fantastic outing after being named the SFL Blitz Offensive Player of the Week on this past Tuesday's show. Guy Clausen in the chat now. He must have been enjoying the Washington-Lexington game. Glad to have you with us over here, Guy. Yeah, close game. This has been an exciting one. It's been a good one.
Been a great one.
Sure to be a great finish as well. Above a tree in motion up to the top. 2:58 to go on the clock. Richardson throws, finds his target. Joseph Bodette over the middle. They're already up to midfield.
The protection is good, even though there's a little bit of pressure at the end, right there up the middle. But Sully Richardson is really doing a good job finding the open spaces on the zone, especially on those post routes and slants. He's doing a really good job.
Richardson down to the bottom. Pass is complete, but for no gain on the play. So all that will do is keep the clock rolling. Coming up tomorrow on the Virtual Football Network, the Chicago Warriors try to put it all together against the Mexico City Aztecs at 9 p.m. Eastern right here on the Virtual Football Network. Get into some other action after this play. Run up the middle. Good for a gain of 2. Other action around the league gets going at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, led by Carolina at Minnesota, plus Detroit, Birmingham, and Bossier City, Florida. It's all right here on VFN. 2 minutes to go here in this one. 2-point lead by Oklahoma City, but Los Angeles in possession of the football and on the move. This is the Virtual Football Network, Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network. Ball at the Oklahoma City 48-yard line. Richardson back to throw up top. Has his target inside the 20, down to the 10, spins all the way down to the 2-yard line. First down and goal for the Lycans. A big catch and run by Chris Lee.
Wow. I mean, first of all, what a throw to put it in the perfect spot. And then the run, and maybe better, unless, knock on wood, Los Angeles, throws it away, better that he didn't score.
Yeah, I agree. Let some clock tick away. 46-yard catch. They hand this one off, punching it into the end zone. Ant Tim gets the touchdown. His second on the day, and Los Angeles reclaims the lead.
Unbelievable. The way this, both of these offenses are able to come up with a big play at the right time.
Yeah, right at the end of the first half, Oklahoma City, a one-play, 80-yard touchdown pass to Bovine to give them the lead going into halftime. And now here we are in the final 2 minutes of the game. I've talked about a couple times tonight, Joey, about Los Angeles having numerous two-digit, play possessions. 13 plays, 10 plays, tons of them. And here they are with a 5-play drive, but 68 yards just like that after some big chunk plays. Now over 850 combined yards on offense. If you're an offensive guy like moi, look, I worked in some French. This has been a game for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of these quarterbacks have put on a clinic. Bovine has been awesome at the tight end position. Los Angeles have had a couple of wide receivers go crazy tonight. And we still have a minute and 20 left here for OKC with 3 timeouts.
Field goal does them no good. 4-down territory the rest of the way. Pickler to Bovine. A line that has been said 1,400 times today. The SFL convention is headed back west, this time to Denver, Colorado, July 31st to August 2nd. And we've already oversold our rooms in what is shaping up to be the largest SFL convention ever. There are still rooms left, though, so you can reserve your room now at simfl.net. Don't miss the SFL event of the year, other than this game, because this has been the SFL event of the year up to this point. Great one brewing. Pickler throws a pass that's batted away by Anthony Wayo and then nearly taken away by the defense.
Silver lining there. The clock stops. 1 minute and 12.
Yeah, lets them regroup.
Yep. OKC needs, 53 yards?
They do indeed. Again, field goal does them no good. They need to get a touchdown. Pickler down to the bottom, finds his target. Catch is made, still in bounds. Elliott Pope Jr. with the catch. Yeah, great throw, and they don't have to be in any particular hurry. There's still a minute to go, plenty of time. 38 yards from the end zone.
Yeah, quick huddle. You don't have to go no huddle, but just quick huddle.
Pickler, 5-step drop, pressure on its way, finds Bovine over the middle, down to the 21-yard line.
And this is where I would probably call my second timeout if I was OKC.
Agreed.
Just so you're not rushing on time and just making a bad decision.
30 seconds to go, 22-yard line. Pickler hands the ball off to Brewski. 19 seconds, and they will call their timeout. Questionable call there.
Yeah, questionable call. Maybe you're trying to catch them off guard. Obviously, Los Angeles on their heels trying to stop the pass, but a good recognition by the LA defense.
Only Brewski's 11th carry of the day, now comfortably resting on the bench. 5 wide for OKC. Pickler rolls to the bottom, throws to the end zone, tries to hit Bovine and nearly caught, but a great defensive play by Ryan Yosef.
That was a great throw. I mean, considering the fact that he was throwing the ball across the field, that was a really, really good throw here by Johnny Pickler, but a better defensive effort on the back end by the Los Angeles safety.
With all of the catches that Bovine has made today, thought for sure he was going to get that one. Pickler throws over the middle. That one's incomplete. No flag on the play. A lot of traffic trying to hit Nolan Pierce. I don't know if there was any defensive contact or if it was just 2 offensive players bumping into each other.
Here's the game.
All comes down to this. They either convert or score, or LA gets the win. Pickler to throw. And it's complete. Down at the 4, 7 seconds to go. They call their final timeout. First down and goal. They'll get one shot at it, Joey.
Yeah, one, maybe two. If you throw the ball quickly, maybe you get 2 shots at the end
sack
zone.
ends it.
Yes, of course. And any tackle inbounds ends it. You have to throw to the end zone.
Pickler to throw. Pressure on its way. Pickler, end zone, and it's incomplete. 3 seconds to go. They will get a second shot at it.
Last play. And if I'm Los Angeles, I'm putting 5 guys on Bovine. Like anybody but him. Like he cannot beat you.
Pickler under center. 3 to the top. He rolls that way. Throws and it's picked off. The Lycans will win on an interception as time expires.
What an interception, one-handed. I mean, if he doesn't put that hand up, I think this is really going to Pierce, and Pierce had the feet and bounce to catch it and win the game, but instead Los Angeles comes up huge and get their 3rd win of the season.
An amazing back and forth game. Multiple lead changes, multiple turnovers, multiple big plays, multiple big drives. It had a little of everything for everyone. All around, a fantastic one. Oklahoma City will fall to 1-4 on the season, and Los Angeles improves to 3-2. You said it earlier on, Joey. They have matched their win total from last season, and they're only 5 games in. Next up for Oklahoma City, they hit the road next week. Once again, they're going to take on the currently undefeated Detroit Maulers. And for Los Angeles, they will be on the road facing the Anchorage Wolves. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network. For Joey Ramos-Lynn, Ron Haynes, Justin Reside, Cameron Irvine, and Matt Wilson, who's always with me in spirit, I'm Mike Dykes. Thanks for joining us. Be kind to one another. Always choose happy. Have a great night.